Richard, Unichip Europe. Just wanted to show you today the available options for the Toyota Land Cruiser. We make a plug and play kit for the 100 series 4.2 and the 200 series, both incredibly popular kits and really impressive gains. Here we've got the plug and play kit that's available. A simple plug-in patch harness, all pre-wired to the Unichip, and with your choice of map selection switch. We've got video on YouTube of all the different switch types that are available. Just going to quickly show you how this gets installed into one of these cars. Okay, we've already removed the glove box, so we've got access to the ECU, and the ECU has been dropped down. Really quite straightforward. Unplug all four connectors. This is exactly the same procedure for the 200 series, it's just a different connector. We then take our harness and we then plug connectors back in. And then we take the ECU and plug the ECU into the other end of our pre-wired harness. That's all done. The only slight problem is there's not a lot of room in here for all of this, so it does get incredibly tight. Some people choose to put them put the module etc in the glove box, just makes installation a bit easier, and then run your map switch to wherever you want. A lot of people run them and just pop them on the top there. Get lots of emails about the Unichip product for the Toyota Land Cruiser series. Today I'm just going to demonstrate the Unichip on a Land Cruiser 100 series 4.2. So I'm going to do a quick power run for you in stock format. We've got the Unichip all installed. I've programmed the Unichip already. This has got 5 maps on it. We've got anti-theft map, standard, fuel economy map, medium power map and a high power map. So we're all strapped on the dyno. I'm just going to do a power run for you to show you what this car makes as standard. Now don't expect it to make its claimed 201 horsepower. The equipment that I use here doesn't measure the vehicle drag, it's merely calculated. That way it keeps our results very accurate. So I'd expect this to read a little low because we've got large, draggy tyres. It's also an auto that tends to suck quite a lot of power out of the engine. So we'll give it a power run and we'll see where we end up. Okay, just carried out a standard power run on this vehicle. Obviously it's quite old. A little low on power, I think. I would have liked to have seen it around about the 170, 175. Don't have any history on this vehicle. It's made 168 horsepower, 300 foot-pounds of torque as a standard figure. But what's important is that when we then put it onto the performance map, we're actually looking at a true difference, not what people claim it should or shouldn't do. This is an accurate before and after test, so you know exactly what you're getting from the product. Right, okay, so there we've got on screen our 2 graphs plotted instantly together, one after the other. We've got standard calibration, and then obviously we've got our performance tune on the Unichip. Now what's important is when you look at it, as you can see, you've got a 29 brake horsepower increase as a peak figure. Okay, so that's the big number that you're going to get maximum RPM out of this engine. So it doesn't sound a lot, 30 brake, but let's actually look at the overall graph. Now, the biggest number really for your brake horsepower increase is at 2,500 RPM, we make just shy of 100 horsepower increase. Okay, so that's a massive gain, and that's also where you drive. Okay, you know, you're not going to use an automatic Land Cruiser at 3,500 RPM. So where you're using it, you've got 100 brake horsepower more, and the torque figures as well, because it's a turbo diesel, absolutely blown away. 1,900 RPM, you're going from 300 foot-pounds of torque, whether that's standard, high or low, it's irrelevant. We're doing a complete back-to-back test on one piece of equipment. So we've got 300 foot-pounds of torque. As soon as I turn it onto the performance map, we got an increase to 440 foot-pound of torque. So it's another 140 foot. You're going to know about that. It's going to feel fantastic. And then we'll look at the torque again at 3,000 RPM. You're going from 270 foot-pounds of torque to 330 foot-pound of torque. Now this is a standard car. We don't have an enlarged intercooler exhaust, no other mods. This is a bog standard Land Cruiser.
Stock power map 0 to 60 test. High power performance map 0 to 60 test.